Hello, welcome to my devlogs, devlog number 2 for Water Balloon Fight. If this is the first time you've seen this game, then welcome. I'm glad you decided to click on the video, and I'm excited to tell you about the progress I've made so far. So, right now I'm calling it Water Balloon Fight or the Great Water Balloon Fight. Very much a working title. I did make a logo that I really liked that said the Great Water Balloon Fight. So we will see what I end up doing with that. This is going to be a local multiplayer game as of now. Only local multiplayer. Up to 4 players for split screen. You'll be able to play with your friends, or you can just play by yourself with the CPUs that I've made. Currently, the main game mode and only game mode is a free-for-all water balloon fight. So that's just you and all the players in the map area. They're just gonna run at each other and try to knock each other out. Basically, you get 3 lives, and after your 3 lives are out, you are out of the game. And last man standing is the one who wins. Just to start things off with this video, I'd like to talk about the things that have changed between this devlog and the first devlog. So I have made a completely new map. It's not like, I guess you couldn't say completely different. I'm still using a lot of the assets, but I had a much larger landscape, which is just unnecessary and it was causing a lot of issues. So I just had to make another one. I'm actually gonna have to make another one on top of this one because this one's also causing issues for some reason. Hopefully at some point I'll be done making new maps, but for now this will do. I created a creek that like goes through the map, so it's like a little river, and it's just like a cute little set piece. It's still a work in progress, and I want to find a good way to make it work. I definitely want it in the game. It's like kind of the idea that it would be there, since you are like playing like in a creek kind of deal. Definitely a nicer one. I've seen not very nice ones. Then I have some new rock assets that I have added to the project to just like set dress a little bit. I got some leaves that are like flowing in the wind, and then I I've been working on my trees because they have been looking bad for a long time, so I decided to give them some love. Got a nice texture on them, and I redesigned the models. So that is one of the things with the new map. I have recently decided to do a cell shading look for the game. So that's a huge visual overhaul from the last devlog and how the game's been looking for a while up until this past month. I've really been liking the way it looked. I was gonna do outlines, but those I wasn't really sure. I wasn't really sure they fit, so I got rid of those for now. They probably will stay gone, most likely. But I'm really liking the way that the colors pop now, so I feel like this is a good art direction as far as the shading goes. I did get to make another character. This one's gonna be called the well, I don't have names for them yet, but it's gonna be a onesie kid, so that's gonna be like the group that he belongs to. And these kids are gonna be like more sillier characters, and they just wear onesies when they play at the creek for some reason. I'm not really sure why. I just thought it'd be interesting. I thought it'd be silly, so that's what I went with. I really like the design that I came up with for the outfit here. I actually do have reindeer onesies just like this one that I made for him, so I thought that was a really good idea, and I think I executed it pretty well. I want to get it so that the ears bounce around when he moves, so that's something I'll be working on at some point, but for now he's very playable, is in the game, and I have his attributes set up. This kid is taking the place of another character that I had before. That character was going to be like a stoner, because I wanted to like have like older adult kids who hang out at the creek too, like they do in Craig of the Creek. But I feel like I might want to go for a more family friendly appeal, and I feel like that may not be what I'm wanting. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they just go by a different name. So I do feel like I still would want the teenage, like, some teenagers who like kind of still hang out there for for whatever reason. I had showed the game to my one of my friends, and they had the idea of about health pickups. And honestly, it was a really good idea because I noticed, like, I've played the game a lot of times, just like trying to understand the gameplay loop and everything. And there's like so many times where like your health gets low and it's like, okay, well, my health's low, but I'm killing everyone, no one's really hitting me. I should be able to heal. And so I added a health pickup. It's going to be like a towel, which is, of course, a nod to how you're like having a water balloon fight. I really like the effects that I was able to put on it and everything. I think it's really implemented very well. So I was really happy about how that's turned out. I even went as far as creating an actual spawner for the health pickup. I might use the spawner for other things as well. Like I'm thinking about using it for the reload station so that they're just like sporadically placed. But I feel like before I do that, I want to figure out a way to make sure that they don't get placed too close together, because I really don't like that. I know that I'm having that issue a little bit with the health pickups currently, like they're spawning a little bit too close together, and there's only 3 of them, and it's like in the entire map, so you really want them to be more spread out, is what I would assume. Just before I did push a test build of the game, I think it was a couple weeks ago, I did implement the character attributes. I've been laying the groundwork for the character attributes basically ever since I've been starting like to make the game in the first place, just because I knew that that's like the kind of thing I wanted to do, like to have each of the groups of the kids be differentiated. So currently there will be four different kids, each of them from 4 different groups. And the idea is that they would represent those groups, and each of these groups has a certain set of abilities or attributes that they're better at than others. And so the way I'm planning to do it, or the way I have been doing it so far, is I have 5 total stats or attributes right now. And each character is going to have 1 best, they're going to have 2 really good ones, and then they're going to have 2 average ones that are just like in the middle. These attributes are going to be stamina, walk speed, run speed, throw speed, and carry capacity. So that's just the amount of balloons you can carry at once. One of the things I've been doing is playing with sound, or trying to find good sound effects, because I feel like it's long overdue at this point. I have a lot of things going on in the game that don't have sound effects. It's kind of ridiculous. So one of the things I did find that I've been happy with is I added a dialogue sound for the jumping. So you'll hear that when the kid jumps around a little bit. I want to add individual ones for each character, so they like sound different, because currently I just have like I think like 3 that are playing for each of them, no matter who they are. So I'll just have to set that up as soon as I find more of those sound effects, of course. Another thing that I was really proud of is I added a stat screen. I knew I wanted to kind of try to do something like they do in Smash Bros, where at the end of the match they show you like how many knockouts you got, how many times you got knocked out, and I forget what other things they show. I don't really play the game like that. Or the stat screen that I have is a lot more reminiscent of the Call of Duty stat screens that you'd see. So this screen will display your knockouts, your score, how many times you've been knocked out, and your throw accuracy. I believe it shows one more other thing. I'm not entirely sure which thing that is. But obviously the only thing that really matters is how many times you've been knocked out. Because of course that's how you win the game, is by getting knocked out the least. So it will sort you in that stat screen by how many times you've been knocked out. So if you've been knocked out 0 times and everybody's been knocked out like twice, you'd be at the top of that. One of the biggest changes I made is a complete menu overhaul, and like making a new menu is not really anything crazy, but the character select was something I was very happy I was able to do, because the character select in the last devlog is not something I would have been proud of whatsoever. It was really janky, really it just isn't how I've ever selected a character in any game I can think of, honestly. So I had you select one after the other for all 4 players. But with this one, you can all select them at the same time. It is again reminiscent of, I think, how Smash Bros does theirs, but not exactly how that is. You just press start and you join the game, and then you have a cursor, and now you can go select your character. Yeah, that's everything that's been that I've been working on, or that's changed, I guess you could say. I would love to have any of you who are interested in the game invite you to join the Discord that I'm making for this game, and I think just for my games in general. I decided that I would love for this to be a commercial release. I feel like I'm ready to actually make a game that I do put out and actually sell. Who's to say how well it sells? I'm going to try my best to make it a very enticing and interesting game for people. I know right now it's pretty just straightforward. You just throw water balloons at each other, and I feel like it's the type of game that would be fun with your friends. But I'd like it to have some replayability value. I know that's something I always value in the games that I play. So we're going to see what I can do. I'm gonna put my Discord channel in the description, so anyone who is interested in getting future updates on the game and anything else that I decide to add, please do go ahead and join. I'd love to have you there and love to chat with you and get your ideas even if you have them. Another thing I want to look into is adding abilities and or items. I might do like a Mario Kart system where like there's just like there's like a box or something like that and it gives you some random item. Maybe. I'll have to figure out what kind of items I'd want. I know like my friend who gave me the idea for the health pickup had the idea of a water balloon, oh my god, a water gun, which could be very interesting to implement. I worry about how that would work with things. I feel like that'd have to be like a power up because it just give you instant like constant damage on other players. So we'll have to see about that. So that is gonna be all for this devlog. I appreciate those of you who watched all the way through, and again, yeah, definitely join that Discord so you can get some updates on the game. Let me know in the comments if you have any thoughts. I'd love to hear them. Definitely looking for feedback, tons of feedback on this project, as I am just making this game by myself currently, and so it's definitely great to just get other opinions and get other eyes and whatnot. So thank you, and have a good one.